Hey guys, it's Rich with video number 2 of the Futhark Friday series. In this video, I'm discussing Fehu. Now, one thing I love about the runes is more or less the meaning is kind of set in stone, pardon the pun. And one of the resources that I'm using is Rune Wisdom by Jonathan D. This is actually a very informative little book that came with the rune set that I have that I bought at Barnes & Noble that's actually packed away right now. But I brought the book along so I could study the runes while I'm here in Korea. And like I said, it's a very informative book. And you often see that not only are the things that are discussed in this book the same that is discussed online, you kind of see the undercurrent continue throughout every resource that you find. That Fehu, for one, means cattle. And if you look back in history, not only in the Nordic regions, but also throughout the world, if you had cattle, you had money. You had some substantial amounts of resource. Whenever you had cattle, the more cattle you had, the more money you had, the more prosperous you were. So it should come as no surprise that Fehu, meaning cattle, also means about money. More particularly, we find it meaning more with any type of property or possession or money that is capable of moving, such as those pesky little cattle that like to move. So it's really dealing more with the money and the gaining and or losing, depending on the situation, of money or substantial items, something that you can actually tangibly hold. So that's usually the correlation that you see whenever it comes to the rune Fehu. Now I'm going to turn you guys around and discuss a little bit more in depth about the divination, because that's really what I want to focus on more than just a little bit of the history behind it. I want to focus on the divination because that's what I primarily use the runes for. And maybe we'll get into a little sigil work as well. So I'm going to turn you guys around and we'll continue. Okay, so here I have my different sets of runes. The quartz crystal rune set that I got, the rune set that I got from Dancing Rabbit and Feather, and one that I bought that is in the card form. Now, one thing that I want to show you guys whenever it comes to a certain way of remembering it is Fehu is about possessions, bringing in the money, the growing of money. So really, whenever I think of things growing and being prosperous, I think of a crop. I think of things growing, a tree growing, something being more lively and more substantial. And that's really what Fehu means in the upright position. It's about the coming in of good things. It's the coming in of money, the coming in of good news. And sometimes, depending on the source, it means a coming of birth, a pregnancy maybe. So I always think of Fehu as a growing tree. So hopefully that helps as a visual device for those visual learners out there. Now, whenever it is in the inverted position, in the reverse position, it means the exact opposite. It means that if this is in the future, that money will be going out of your life, that it'll be a big time of you having to spend. Maybe big bills are coming due. It's the draining of money or the draining of good luck. If you have this in the present or in the past position, that's always a good place to have the inverted meaning. But if you have this in the future position, now might be the time to start hoarding things away and preparing for something a little on the negative side coming into your life. But having the upright version coming into your future is good news. It is the growing, the becoming of something more substantial, and that coming into your life. So, some ways that you can use this in your practice if you work with sigils, which I usually don't, but this would be a good one that if you work with money spells, you can draw the Fehu rune on a piece of paper and then incorporate it into your spell. Whether if you're working with stones, if you're doing a crystal grid, maybe do the grid in the form of Fehu. If you're doing an herbal spell, maybe placing your herbs in the form of Fehu, or just simply putting it on a piece of paper and then putting your stones on top, or burning it with your herbs. That is always a good possibility if you do prosperity spells. Also, including this symbol in your wallet, in your purse, might be a good idea. Some people wear pendants with Fehu on it to bring in the wealth and prosperity and the good luck into their life on a daily basis. Just make sure it's not in reverse. So, with that being said, that is Fehu. It is the first rune. It represents the letter F. And although this has self-esteem down there, I haven't seen much on self-esteem mentioned in any other resource besides this card deck. Like I said, I'm not sure how well I like this card deck. It's nice for flashcards, but this self-esteem isn't exactly something that resonates with me, and it's not really something that I found too much with other resources. So, the top two, yes, I would definitely say this is accurate. But on the third one, I'll let you guys make your own judgment call. So, until next time, make sure that you have subscribed if you have not already subscribed. Go over to Christo-Paganism.com if you haven't been there already. And even though I haven't been on Twitter much lately, go ahead and stalk me on Twitter if that's something that you would like to do. Until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.